So I wanted to come on here and kind of do a little follow-up. It has been almost a year since I started this whole egg freezing journey. Um, a little bit about me, I am now 36 years old. I started all this at 35, and um, I started in March of 2019. So I was on birth control for about 20 years straight, never stopped. And then after that, I went and stopped the birth control because we were going to do the egg retrieval in July. During that time was the first time in all of my periods that I never had a period. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. Like, I've always had one every single month on the exact, right date, right time, even. Like, I was perfect with, having my menstrual cycle, so I thought, for years. And so I went off birth control. I started my hormones, and I had a super successful retrieval. I had 20 eggs the first shot. All 20 were perfect and was able to be frozen. So it was super exciting, and I just thought, I am done. I froze my eggs. I'm 35, and I'll continue with my life because I've been with my partner for almost 11 years now, and he and I are just not ready to even get married and do all that. We're working on our businesses. So with that being said, my doctor had said, well, then you should start getting your period soon. And that didn't happen since July. And then September came, and October, November, December, nothing, you guys, nothing. And I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? Because I've always had it. So I finally figured out what it was. And I had a hysteroscopy, a couple of them now. And I have Asherman syndrome, which is the inside of your cervix or your uterus is kind of like sandwiched together. It's like shut, almost like cobwebs in there, y'all. Like there's nothing getting in there. They weren't even able to do like a balloon where the balloon would, with water, open up my uterine cavity. So I'm like, well, I don't understand it. So at my appointment that I just got today, I'm actually still in the parking lot. I finally asked him how did this happen really? And how he explained is that when you are on birth control, you are taking both progesterone and estrogen at the same time. And when you are doing that, you are having a menstrual cycle, yes, and it's a withdrawal bleed. It's not a real period, you guys. It is not a real period. So yes, you are bleeding during that, but you are not making your uterine lining go where it expands during a certain time of the month and then it goes back down to small during the other time of the month, okay? You are kind of just suppressing that. So you have your uterus is staying really, really tiny all these years without ever getting that flex and then going down. Okay, that's when you're on birth control. So that means you're getting a period when that's happening, but you could have your lining be stuck like this. And I'm just bringing this to everybody's attention because it's something I had no clue, not a freaking clue that this could ever happen. And if I had known, I would have stopped birth control many years ago, maybe even at 30. I would have just stopped and, did condoms or whatever, because this is a big eye opener. And so if you know anybody that is around that age even, or now, I would say just stop the birth control. In my opinion, because yeah, I had no idea it was doing that. And so now what the protocol is that I'm taking estrogen all throughout the entire cycle. So the whole month I'm taking estrogen 3 times a day. So 2 milligram tablets 3 times a day. And then I take progesterone vaginally, up your cooter. And you have to do that. 2 pills at night, 1 during the day. And I do that on every 14 days for 10 days straight. So it's it's been interesting, and that actually works way better than doing it orally for the progesterone. It's actually helping doing it vaginally. So yeah, that's just kind of like my little takeaway from all of this. And what they're hoping to do is mimic my natural cycle by not having the progesterone and estrogen at the same time, whereas that with the pill made you have a period. If you do it cyclical, like your normal cycle is, by taking estrogen first, and then you have progesterone for 10 days, and then you're just on estrogen again, that mimics like your normal hormone cycle, so that is hopefully going to help. This is the first time, just like last week was the first time I ever had cramps in like a year, almost a year. So I was actually really excited about having cramps for the first time. I had very, very light spotting. It was just like one time at the restroom, but I will take anything that I can get right now. So I guess that's all I have, is just once you do your egg retrieval, I highly, highly recommend it for anybody thinking about it, because I don't know if I got dark here, had I not done this, I would have never have known that like I might not be able to even carry a child with the way that my uterus is. The way it is now, I'll never get pregnant, like at all. There's no chance. I could not hold a fetus in me if it is the way it is. So even though I did the egg retrieval, I would have lost all that money trying to do in vitro had like we not known that my uterus was like a pancake. So this is very, very eye-opening to me, and I encourage anybody who wants to do egg retrieval, do it. It will make you like not think about like, oh, you're so old and you don't have kids. I'm 36 years old and super healthy and super like outgoing. Like, I just don't want to have kids right now, but in my future I want to have that option, so that's why I did it. But yeah, just having this whole like uterus thing is now like even a bigger issue. Health wise it's not a big issue, but if you want to have a child, it is a big issue. So it's something that I never knew that would have been out there. So wanted to bring it all to your attention, let you know. So if anybody has questions, please leave it below or contact me, direct message or anything like that. And I am so happy to answer any questions. All right, guys, have a wonderful day and make some great eggs. Bye.